Ladies and gentlemen, things are getting a lot more intense, a lot creepier as the days go by, and the reason behind that is because in the last 24 hours, we received a long, detailed message from a killer clown that states that apparently they are indeed armed. They have a lot of different weapons as they get set to use them next month on October 31st, which is Halloween night, aka the Purge night, in which all the killer clowns are expected to rise up and deliver this worldwide purge, in which, again, is expected to be very, very scary and, well, intense. But I do want to say real quick, one thing that makes this very, very disturbing is the fact that these killer clowns are very confident. They understand that over the past couple of years, they don't really necessarily, or at least they didn't necessarily have the capabilities to take over the entire world, but now they are absolutely confident enough to deliver this blasphemy, a sacrilege, so to speak, to make sure that they continue their reign and they take over the entire world. Next month, October 31st, 2023, that is the day where apparently the killer clowns are going to take over. At least that's coming from their mind. But right now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this detailed message that explains that the killer clowns are armed. You know, something's not quite right. I feel as if it's disturbing, not just that, but also bizarre, the fact that the Gaming Weekly is receiving all the information from the killer clowns and a variety of different social media outlets, and it's just absolutely frightening to know that the killer clowns are taking glee in this. They're taking glee in sharing this information, and they're taking so much pride and joy in telling us all the information pertaining to the Killer Clown Purge expected to happen next month. And to me, that just sounds sickening, that these killer clowns are willing to put lives in danger, and they're not even going to be showing any remorse. They're not going to be showing any signs of stopping. They're not going to be showing any signs whatsoever of canceling this purge and trying to turn around and try to become better people. But instead, they really want to destroy our livelihoods. Now, this is the message that I was alluding to at the beginning of the broadcast, and take close attention because this is very, very disturbing. So the aforementioned message says, quote, "Hello, Gaming Weekly. I am coming to you today to explain one thing that I want everyone to understand. I want everyone to know that this year things are going to be very different. One thing is for certain, we are armed and we are willing to show you our weapons. The weapons we have will definitely be used on Halloween night. I know all of you listening or reading this will think we are bluffing, but that's a good thing. We want you all to think we are indeed bluffing. That way there are people out there who won't save you. That way, it'll make it harder for anyone to believe you about any killer clown stories you have. This year is becoming a lot easier than last. We have a lot more killer clown troops that are ready to scatter all over the world in the next few days. We have more killer clowns that are willing to listen to their leader and willing to cause mayhem when it's time. The killer clowns this year are a lot more dangerous, that's for sure. So you all can try to do anything you want to us. You guys can call the cops or even try to fight back, but I hope you understand that it won't work out. We are strong in numbers. We know what to do. This is something we have been waiting for since 2022. And do you all really think that this is something that we're gonna joke about? Is this what you all truly think? I think it's pathetic that a lot out there aren't even doing much to fight back, but at the same time, it makes it easier for us. Here's a little tip for anyone who's reading or listening to this. The tip is to make sure you lock all your doors, because at nighttime, when everyone is asleep, our killer clowns around the world will roam the streets and see which doors are open. Once we find a house that isn't locked, we will storm in and make sure the people inside know the killer clowns will purge. But it goes back to what I was saying before. I was saying how we are all armed and dangerous. We have so many weapons that you wouldn't believe the amount if I told you. We have a lot of training with these weapons, and we also have a lot of experience with them. It will not be wise for all of you to even fight back when we are armed. I want to warn you all that this coming Halloween, the world is ending. The world will end, but it won't be ending with some asteroid. It won't be ending with some disease or a global tsunami that will flood the world. No, the world will end with killer clowns rising. The world as you know it will forever be changed, and our new world will start on October 31st. Good luck to all of you. You are all going to need it desperately. Have fun out there, and oh, one more thing. you are more than welcome to come into any forests and meet us, and we'll be sure to greet you. So this is the message that I was alluding to in the beginning, and to me that just sounds sickening. First off, the one thing that I really am concerned about is the fact that this killer clown knows that there's a lot of people out there who think that these guys are bluffing, and with that being said, they're going to use that as their own advantage, because if there's a lot of people out there who believe that they're bluffing, then that means it's going to be a lot harder for people to believe that these stories are legitimate. So it's giving some leverage to the killer clowns indeed to make sure that they're going to absolutely continue their reign of horror, so to speak, of course, come the 31st of October. But the main point is the fact that they are indeed armed and dangerous. They are armed. They have weapons. They have a lot of different weapons, I'm sure, and they're training their killer clowns with all these different weapons. They're training all these killer clowns. That way they can fight back against people who are willing to fight them. And this is now becoming a lot more concerning as well. And from what I understand, these killer clowns are willing to show their weapons on camera. So we're going to wait and see if that's ever going to happen. But nonetheless, though, the killer clowns themselves, a sickening, sickening plot in their distorted mind, that they are willing to go around and scare people and roam the streets and enter into homes and tell people that there's going to be a purge. I mean, enough is enough. As the message was saying, they've been trying to do this for quite some time, and they're not going to stop until they're successful. So, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress this and emphasize this enough. And I've been saying it every single time we end the video, and I will continue to do so. It's your job to make sure that you share this information, that it's your job to make sure that you utilize and optimize all the different apps that you have, whether if it's X, aka Twitter, whether if it's Instagram or Snapchat. Use all these different platforms and outlets to reach out, to try to extend this warning all over the world, because the more that people are going to be understanding and listening to this, the more people are going to be ready and prepared for this, for the purge that is coming up. Very, very dangerous indeed. Killer clowns are now roaming around the world, and when night hits, perhaps maybe the killer clowns are going to be ready to strike, and they're going to get stronger and stronger perhaps as the weeks go by. And come the 31st of October, we just don't know what's going to happen. So do what you can to make sure that you share this video. That way your friends and families are all safe indeed, and that way you can be safe as well. That way we can stop this purge from happening, as the killer clowns are willing to do it every single October. But again, we have a chance to fight back using our social media outlets. But with that being said, though, the question is, will the killer clowns truly show their weapons on camera? We're going to find out if that's going to be true or not, but that will be something we're going to have to wait and see. With that being said, everybody, please stay safe. Have a good night. We'll continue the killer clown reports. What's going to happen next?